And I think just before I start, in response to your question, so I joined Ernst & Young in November 2014 and their financial crime practice, and they're looking to make it a prerequisite for everybody at my level, which is a senior consultant, which is the equivalent to an assistant manager, to undertake the ICA Diploma in either financial crime prevention or AML. So I hope that gives you a better understanding in terms of a statistic. Everybody in my team, as far as I know, has got the qualification. So yeah. So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tariq Aslam, and as I mentioned before, I work for Ernst & Young within the financial crime practice. I actually came here last year to deliver a similar insight into the diploma, and I would like to personally thank the ICA on behalf of Ernst & Young for inviting me back. So the last time I spoke about the ICA Diploma, I was actually still studying for the diploma, financial crime prevention, and I've actually received my result last week, where I achieved a distinction. So I'd personally like to thank both Viri and Dawn and the rest of the team for their support in delivering the courses. Okay, so why am I here to talk about the ICA? Well, I'm essentially here to share my experience and perspective on the ICA Diploma and answer three key questions. Why did I decide to enroll in the ICA Diploma? How did I find the course, and what are the benefits? I would also like to reiterate that what I'm about to share with you is an open and honest perspective, which comes directly from my personal experience. So why did I take the course? When moving jobs, especially at my level, I found that employers had a tendency to look at two main things: qualifications and experience. I recently completed a diploma, having transitioned from a Big Four tax practice into financial crime consulting. So when I joined Ernst & Young, I didn't have a huge degree of consulting experience. And in short, that is the main reason why I decided to enroll on the course, as I identified the diploma as a medium to help accelerate my technical competency. It also helped that Ernst & Young had a strong relationship with the ICA, and that the majority of my colleagues had already completed the diploma. This allowed me to gain a deeper understanding of what the course actually entailed. Whilst having a tax accounting qualification proved a degree of competency, it didn't provide me with the core technical knowledge required for financial crime consulting, so the ICA was the right avenue for me to pursue to help with this. Historically, the CIMA qualification was a benchmark for consultants to get ahead in the market. However, when I was interviewing for financial crime roles prior to joining Ernst & Young, I found that the ICA was a differentiator and the qualification to make me stand out in the market. So how did I find the course? Again, having just completed the course, I have a really fresh and vivid memory of how it was for me, and for the main, it was extremely beneficial. The course comprises of 4 workshops in which 2 assignments need to be submitted with an exam at the end of it. And in terms of contextualizing the timelines, I submitted my first assignment in June 2015, my second in September 2015, and sat my exam on November 27th of last year. In terms of balancing studying and working, it all depends on working style. Personally, I'm quite meticulous and organized, and this allowed me to manage my time quite well. Again, the support I received from my colleagues at EY helped massively. I think personally, it's very simple and applies to most facets of life. The effort and time you apply to anything will directly correlate to success. And however cliche it may sound, what you put in is what you're going to get out. Benefits. I found that the diploma has definitely had a positive impact on my personal credibility. Working for EY, I'm privileged to be part of an organization that pitches for all different types of engagements across the globe. And having the diploma on my CV allows me to be included in more proposals, thus increasing my exposure to the market. And to add to that, I've actually just returned from Dubai and Bahrain with EY, working on a Section 166. And, I found the experience to be, absolutely amazing. I'm looking to move out there later on this year for a 6-month secondment. And having the ICA on my CV actually allowed my seniors to say, listen, he's decided to take on this course. Once he completes it, he will have that technical competency, and that will be more appreciated in somewhere like the Middle East. Technically, it provides a fantastic foundation to build upon, and I found that it's helped significantly with the work that I do on a daily basis. The course is also a fantastic networking medium, providing the opportunity to meet people from a vast array of backgrounds. I'll be available to answer any questions you have throughout the session, so please feel free to reach out and ask me anything, because I remember when I was enrolling for the course, I had a massive fear of balancing studying and working. I wanted to know how much work was required to pass, what I needed to get a merit and a distinction. And having received the distinction in my first assignment, it really proves to me that hard work does correlate to success, and provided me with the motivation to kick on and try and aim for that. There was no prerequisite for me to get one. You know, for Ernst & Young, they were just interested in whether you passed or not. The gentleman asked a very good question around, you know, what course to take and how do you know whether to take the certificate or the diploma. And if I had to give you you know, an insight into my background, I joined Ernst & Young in November 14 from a tax background. I had no background in financial crime consulting or forensic accounting at all. So for me, it was a completely new challenge. And when I joined, I heard about the ICA Diploma and I said to myself, you know, if I can try and balance this with my work life, it will be something very good for me to have and for me to personally prove to myself, you know, that I have the technical competency required at my grade. Because normally they wouldn't hire someone at my level with no background or experience. So I remember my director asked me, you know, in the interview, why should I hire you given the fact that you have no background in financial crime? And I had to convince her that, you know, I'm a very hardworking individual, the fact that I've already got a tax accounting qualification and my reasons as to why I wanted to get into, you know, financial crime. And I said to her, you know, the last thing she said to me was, you know, that's fine, but I'm still going to think about it. And as we were walking out, I said to her, you know, if you give me this opportunity, I prove that I won't let you down. And by me taking the ICA Diploma, getting distinction, proved that very fact. I'd like to end the presentation on one final point. And I had a discussion with a senior partner at Ernst & Young towards the back end of last year. And what he said really resonated with me as he expressed the importance of building your own brand. You as an individual are your own brand and are fortunate enough to have the resources around you to build upon it. You've already made the first step by being here, and that in itself is evidence of your commitment. As your career progresses, you should always seek to evolve and develop yourself as a brand. The ICA Diploma most certainly helps you develop and refine your brand is something that you should seriously consider to make your brand the best it can be. Thank you very much for your time, and I look forward to catching up with some of you later on. Cheers.